Nice. Right, so let me just close the window. So I'm freezing my ass off here. Shut that. It is a cold day. Right then, professional streamer. Nice one. Okay, so the question is, what do we do now? Because, like I say, the plan was originally Deep Rock Galactic. Or, sorry, no, it was to do some Deathwing with Tate. And then the man by the name of Tim didn't want to do Space Wing, so I had to wait for him to finish Thingy, and then he had to go off. So I'm kind of like in a bit of a jam now about what I play. What do we do? What do we do? F5, yeah. Some Banished. I was thinking actually doing some Banished Climo, and I think I will, to be honest. Yeah, fuck it. We'll do some Banished. Let's load that game up and change the stream titles. Long Dark, Long War. I will be doing some Long War soon. I'm just giving it a little bit of a break before I do, just so that there's you know, a good break in between them. I'll start the Long War at some point, probably on an evening stream or something like that. Just wrapping up my Xbox controller. Fantastic. Okay, so yeah, let's do some Banished. Let's see here, because we've got our little village. I can't even remember the name of it. Let's do that. This, and then call it Not Deep Dives. Fantastic. And then let me run over to the Banished capture window. Or that's the intro window. The Banished. There is a capture window somewhere. I promise. I made it. It is a thing. There it is. And then we'll go to the Banished game. And we'll carry on with our village. Long live Whoops Quebec. That's me. Okay. Banished it is. Where is Banished? It's in the other Steam library. There it is. Badunk. Fantastic. Right then, so let's have a look at our mission here, or at our game. So our village currently, I believe, is called that was it, Burvlard. What a good name. What a good name for a village, Burvlard. I had Sleetwood Inville. Oh, that's from ages ago. An autosave and this, Burvlard, which is very nice. So let's rock and roll with this one. This is my most recent save for it. And let's see how the villagers of Burvlard are doing. Elf gives 1,000 bits there, so I'm ill today, so I cannot talk much in... So this stream is a blessing. Thank you, no worries. Oh, bless. Thanks for the bits there, my friend. Awesome. You got an emote. Sorry, you got an emote thanks to Elf's cheer. I got mega cheer. Right then, let's slow the game speed down to 1 times, just so we can get a handle on the situation going on here. We are currently in the 7th winter of Burvlard here up in the mountains. It is very cold currently, only 15 degrees Fahrenheit. As of sort of the last stream, we were having some problems with food. We had issues with sort of food and resources, and we had a minor famine. A minor, major famine, in which, like, half of our village died. But we're on the mend, building houses and things for the lovely people to get back in stock here. As it is at the moment, it's this collection of houses, this blacksmith, who's producing tools, I think. I should probably get him to keep producing tools, like so. There we go. Yeah, using, like, firewood and stuff like that. We've got our trading post under construction, an extra wooden house. So far it's going well. At the minute we've got a supplement of food, logs, meat and herbs being gathered over here in this section of forest. We've been quite lucky with the spawn here in Burvlard. Nice to see you playing Banished again. I've been getting into it as well. Ah, fantastic, Blade. The nice thing about this is that we're playing in the mountains biome, and as you can see, there's not actually much room to like build villages and stuff. We've actually lucked out with this seed because we're in quite a large area of flat ground that we're going to really be able to expand the village into. So Burvlard is really good. The nice thing about this as well is that all of the iron ore, for the people that saw the last stream, all of the iron ore that's around here is basically all gone now. It's all been harvested up and it's being turned into to trees so that we can start gathering more firewood and logs and things for construction. The fishery is doing fantastic this time of year. We've got lots of surplus supplies being stored up, which is brilliant. We've got venison, we've got some leather being stored as well, which is going to allow me to make leather clothing. One of the things that I need to try and get are wool, well, sheep basically, sheep for farming, if I can, for pastures, because sheep means wool, and wool means warm clothes. I could potentially trade for them, but I don't have an export commodity yet. I could export my tools, but it's not that. It's not really a process resource. What are the main exports of Burvland? Really, we have no exports at the moment. The only real manufactured item we have currently is tools. We could potentially build a tailor and start building some more materials, if you like. But at the moment, I'm waiting for things like logs and stone to come through the grapevine, which is actually taking longer than you'd think. The foresters here are currently starved of workers because of the fact that we had that famine. So while I've put all of my efforts into food production for the sake of stockpiling for the winter, which currently we're sitting at 1,300 units of food, the rest of production is really hurting until population grows. And I can't get population to grow until houses are built, and houses won't be built because of the fact that I've got no other resources kicking around. I've got the stone that I need in here, and I might put this as a priority construction if I can. It's here, and then this thing. Increase priority. So this is now priority construction. And so we're going to try and wait for people to start building the resources over here or getting the materials that we need. Like I say, it's logs and stone that we need. We've got a decent stockpile of stone, or well, I say decent, a few stockpiles of stone. Mostly it's iron ore here. But yeah, I want to be able to build this extra house so that we're able to get more people having families, more houses, more families, more people, more workers. It all goes around the clock very nicely. So the only thing that's annoying is that I can't build anything like here because of like this slight difference in the terrain, which is a bit of a bother. But you know, beggars can't be choosers, and I am the beggar in this case, so I don't really mind. Ooh. Having the market and the trading post so close together, though, is very beneficial. You can see just how much stuff is coming into the trading post. Thousands of bits of fish, which is great. So far, yeah, we're just biding our time. The guy over here at the woodcutting place is doing a pretty good job of keeping us in firewood. But as I say, until we get more foresters, our wood production is going to be a little bit hampered by the need for creating tools and the need for creating firewood. We don't really have any labourers at the moment, which is a bit of a bother, but again, we're just biding our time until we can get more workers for the various different resources. So we're going to go back up to ×5 speed now that we've got a handle on things. Everything should be nice and easy. Hopefully, again, these logs will be moved over here for the sake of construction. I can't guarantee that they will, but hopefully they will. Interested that some logs have appeared over here. Surely they should be appearing over there, but, you know, we'll see. Oh no, look at that. Loads of logs sort of randomly appearing, which is fantastic news. Again, hopefully, with any luck, this time, this year, we will finish this house. The reserve of logs is low, that I am well aware. We're just waiting for the guy who is making the tools to keep crafting these so that we have lots in surplus. We have 25 tools in the market. That is going to keep us well and truly in stock for a good long while. A lot of the firewood looks like it's being taken off to the woodcutter's place, and now that we're coming into spring, I can maybe turn the woodcutter off for a few days and just let the wood surplus pile up. We've got a couple of extra labourers, or just one, that we're going to put in the forestry area so that he can start chopping down trees, planting some new ones, which is nice. I've got to be honest, I might be a bit weird and put like a forester in here somewhere, just so that we have like lots of trees growing around the forester can keep an eye on, just so that it's not quite as flat ground and barren. Oh, here we go. What have we run out of? We've run out of firewood, or wood needed to create the tools that we're after, which is, again, a bit of a bother, but, you know, again, beggars, choosers, you don't really have much choice in the matter. Can't you flatten the ground? Isn't that building what I want? I don't think flattened ground is a feature. I think you have to have that installed in a mod, and I don't have that, sadly. Yeah, paths, show the paths citizens take between areas. They're there. Oh wow, this is quite cool. Very nice. That's quite cool. That's sweet, I like that. Oh, there we go, finally, a house under construction. Enough firewood came through. Thank you, baby girl. I think my potato aim was worse. I think Tate's was alright. What is this? The reserve of logs and firewood is low. So yeah, we definitely need more foresters manning the pump here. I do have a spare one to go in there, so hopefully our production of logs will be decent. I'm thinking of potentially building a forester somewhere around here as well, to just try and help with growing trees. Because even though I'm going to have a lot of my urban districts around here, I just want to have some trees planted around just to give, I don't know, the village a bit more soul, like get a few more trees. It's great that the villagers seem to be ignoring the roads, yeah. Well, they take the fastest route that they can, so you just have to build the route. You have to build the roads on the fastest routes. So like this bit here is like a very arterial road, because it's the only road that connects to the bridge, and so forth. But once they get to here, like they all take their own paths to wherever they're going. It's good again. Hopefully we'll get like a decent supply of logs here. That forester should now be moving at full crank for this season, which is what we want. Brilliant. Okay. So let's see. Construction over here is still paused. We need more logs, but it's still shy of labourers. We've got some people moving in together, but we can have some more. We can build another house and get more people moving in. Let's do that house, and then we'll have one, and then we'll build the tailor just there, which will be nice. If the tailor fits there, I think he's... where is the tailor? That's not it. That's not it. Is it? There we go. Resource production. Yeah, we can fit the tailor in just next door, and I think I will, so that we have sort of a congregation around this main market here, which is what we want. All of our different resources stored around the village square, and because the tailor's going to be able to make leather jackets, and again we should be able to export those. Logs, again, aren't doing terribly. They're not doing amazing either. For some reason, people are bringing their logs over here rather than over here. Like, they're both stockpiles. I'm not sure where the other logs are coming from, and why they keep appearing over here. I think people just keep grabbing them on the offhand. No, they are getting stored there. Just people keep taking them and dumping them and moving them around. Food is doing very well. We're up to 2,800. We're just going to keep going with food, because you can really never have too much of that. We've just got to wait for the materials for construction to keep coming through again. Hopefully now that this forester's moving at full crank, we'll have enough logs. I think it's probably about time that I built a second forester, though. I think that's probably important. What do we think, chat? Should we put a forester here in the main sort of centre, or should I build another bridge going out this way and build another forestry area over here? What do we think about that? I think probably annexing this woodland for the sake of extra gathering and extra herbs. I think going over here and getting that sorted should be pretty good. I think the bridge route, yeah. Bridge off to the other bit. Okay, so we'll do it. We'll get a bridge over there. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Let's start planning the roads. So I'm going to have the road run right parallel with this place here. And then I'm going to have this come in and over like that. Like so, and then I don't know what I can put here, maybe a house or something, but then I can get the bridge built over there, which is again a little bit resource intensive, but what can you do? Brilliant, just like that. But this bridge is going to need 44 logs and 11 stone, but then we'll have access to this other area over here so that people don't have to go all the way around, which is the important thing. We could even potentially add some more fisheries in and around here, but there's probably no call for that. Annex it, yeah, that's right. Little Crimea from Arma 3 yesterday. That was fantastic. Apologies about the technical difficulties with Arma 3 yesterday, but yeah, it's one of those ones. You kind of take the good with the bad. Arma can be quite temperamental at the best of times, so, you know, you just take it on the chin. There we go, we've reached the maximum reserve of tools now, which is brilliant, which means the smithy's going to start giving everybody a hand, which is perfect. We now just need little bits of stone, and then this place will be raring and ready for construction. Fantastic. Another house is now going to be built, and off we go. Awesome stuff. Like I say, more houses, more people, more population. It enables us just to build more things. Definitely worth my money. Best armour I've seen. Fantastic. Thank you, Elf. The armour VOD was glorious. Ah, very kind. Excellent stuff. Yeah, a lot of logs and stone have all gone in over here. Building the trade depot would be nice, because then we get merchants. But again, there's not much point in finishing it until I have a commodity to trade. Otherwise, merchants are just going to come in and out, and I'm going to have nothing for them. Next order of business, I think, on the construction roster obviously will be the bridge, because then I can start working on like logs and materials like that. It's nice the way that this is sort of building in like a right angle, because I'll have a stockpile here and a stockpile here, and then I'll probably remove this barn, or keep, I don't know, I'll probably keep that barn, but then I'll put another barn over here, and then the market is going to draw off of them, and it's going to be fantastic. It's a good way of doing this. It's a good way of doing it. Loads of materials in here. We've got a little bit of iron, logs, everything really. The reserve of logs is struggling. How are the foresters doing compared to last season? Oh, they've already blitzed the previous season. They're just getting rid of the last few bits of stone and iron so they can plant more trees. But they're doing well, considering it's only early autumn and they've already made 100 logs. It's just that, like I say, people like the woodcutter are meaning that the supply of logs is constantly being hampered. Let's have a look here. And like I say, fresh houses means firewood has to be moved over. They've had a child here, fantastic. Awesome news. Yeah, lots of stone and resources around here for the potential taking, so I'm going to set like a massive operation over here to get that annexed, which is going to be beautiful. Like I say, the next real big point of construction is going to be the bridge. Materials will eventually filter over here, it's just a case of taking our time and letting things move naturally. So in terms of the food supply, as we come into late autumn and or winter here, it's already 29 degrees Fahrenheit here in Burvland on the 8th season of our settlement. Logs are still a problem. Firewood is actually got a decent reserve here. Stone is okay, iron is great. Food is doing phenomenal, considering that we just had a famine, but all of these extra resources are going to keeping our head above water. They've gathered some logs for people to eat. Couple of weird children. Does the couch fund thing count bits? So basically, Elf, right? The way that the couch fund thing works, right, is that I have to manually update the number when it happens. So I'm updating the number as I go. Because of the fact that there's no automated way to tell Moobot to consider your Twitch earnings. Because yes, you have bits, yes, you have donations, but you cannot get Twitch to recognise that in a single consolidated number. Or Moobot or anything like that. So not really weekly. No, probably bi-weekly, to be honest, because I get paid bi-weekly. I get paid by Twitch on the 15th and my job on the 28th. So it's a rough bi-weekly. I should probably put that on there. But yeah, like the first month I managed to put away 1,200 from like previous earnings and stuff. And then this month I'm looking to put away about 1,000 if I can. So it was on 1,200. I put 200 away from my paycheck, and then I'm going to put pretty much all of my Twitch fund into there. But this month had a couple of unforeseen like costs. I had to buy new boots because mine were falling apart. So that was a bit of an unforeseen cost, but I've bounced through it, I think. Mad Rago says, oh, by the way, I have this button. I wonder what it does. Well, you've been doing it for 20 months, Rago, so hopefully would have figured it out by now. But thank you very much, mate. And thank you, everybody, who's, you know, just dropped little bits here and there for the sake of the Tiny Couch Fund. Like I say, it's the $3.5 grand limit is the absolute bargain bucket, bottom of the barrel amount that we need to move out. Like, that is the most basic furniture and the deposit for a flat. Food is actually starting to drop now that we've got these extra mouths to feed. I'm hoping that that drop in food was just for the sake of stockpiling. Oh yeah, there we go. It's just bounced back up big time. Cool. You'll smash it at this rate. Well, that's the plan. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want the moving out process for the sake of... Because I want... Jane struggled enough in her life. You know what I mean? I want her to live comfortably. She's had some horrible ex-partners. She's had a horrible time at home. She's had a horrible time with, you know, these other people. It's about the time in her life when she starts, you know, she wants to start living. It's my duty to help her live comfortably. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing absolutely everything I can so that we can have a smooth transition to moving out. My deposit was almost 23k. Not for just to rent. We're just a deposit for like a place to rent because we're trying out cohabiting for a few years basically, or a couple of years. Oh, look at that! The bridge is ready. Brilliant stuff. There we go. We can put another builder on that. That's very good news. Blade there says, since you were talking about bits, I did some rummaging through the cupboards and couch cushions, and I managed to rummage these bits up. Enjoy. Well, thank you very much there, Blade. Like I say, that's very kind of you all. Like, I appreciate you that you. I'm sitting here in my pajama with my dressing gown with my little heater on because it's cold, and I'm here playing Banished, and I don't know what I did to deserve the generosity, but it's very kind of you. Clip that and show it to Jaina. Yeah. Well, and I'm making sure she has to live. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure she lives comfortably for the fact that she's chosen to put up with me for the next however many years of her life, which to be honest is more purgatory than it is elation. So yeah, I thought it'd give her a few bob like, because yeah, she's putting up with me in that fresh hell. Will there be a longer commute to work then? A slightly longer commute, but in fact, actually no, not even slightly longer. It will be a commute on the train. But because of how cheap it is to get the train from Wolverhampton to Birmingham, it will actually cost me less in getting train travel than it would in getting a bus pass. Well, thank you very much, Blade. I don't know why we deserve it, but apparently we do. People keep telling me that. It's like, you deserve it. It's like, if you say so. If you say so. Fantastic. So all of those roads were built. We now have access to this area over here. My first order of business, I think, is going to be to construct a forester. So let's have a look at this place here and forestry. Now, I want to have the forest as sort of as close as I can, but not too close. So about there, I think. And that will represent the centre point of what we're trying to do. Jamie's Mama... Yeah, Mama Bear. Oh, you're moving to Wolverhampton? Don't drive through the city centre ever. Traffic is always awful. Yeah, I know. We're not planning to drive. We're planning to use public transport. Not because we're like eco-warriors, but that's certainly a boon of a side point. Yeah, let's drop that. Just so there's a couple more labourers knocking around. And then I need to figure out how I'm going to do the road systems. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant. Also, good to see you, Rozak. Let's just say the sudden invite from you to join you to Tankfest came at a very much needed time, and you two have been great to me. So why not return the favour when possible? Well, you know what? You deserved it. You deserved it, Blade. It was nice to meet you. Do you know what I mean? You're very nice. It's always a bit like, oh, you know, like, oh god, I'm meeting a person I've never met before. Are they going to be okay? Are they going to be weird? No, you're absolutely fine. You're a thoroughly pleasant gentleman, pleasant man, and it wasn't weird at all. It was great to hang out. So yeah, like, fantastic. Right then, let's consider building this tailor then. This place is starting to be all pulled down. Like, you entertain hundreds of people multiple times a week. You deserve it. Entertain's a funny word for it. I'm absolutely in love. Like, basically, with this heater here, sorry, Jay, the true love in my life is on the table over there. No, it's literally this little like fan combi heater thing. It's from Dyson. It's one of those bladeless fans. It was inordinately expensive, but I wanted to try it. I wanted to give it a go. But it's useless as a fan. As a fan, it does nothing. Like, it literally is crap. But as a heater, oh, amazing. Blade says, yeah, I know that feeling. Meeting new strangers was kind of making me nervous too, but it was great hanging out with you lot. And remember, you two need to come to the Netherlands and I'll show you some good food. Ah, man, Blade, when I went to Amsterdam, I paid so much money for beer. No, not even for beer, for like spirits. Oh my god, it was so expensive. It was four double rum and cokes cost me, like, how much was it? It was like €20. It was like, no, it was more expensive than that. I can't remember how much it was. I'll have to ask Echo. It was an outrageous price. Have you got it under your desk heating your nads? No, sadly I don't. That's cheap, Q. No, I think it could have been €40. I think it could have been 40. I think it was actually €40. I couldn't believe it, and that was like the house special offer. Needless to say, I drank beer for the rest of the visit. Yeah, I think it was 40 euros. 40 seems right and normal. 40 euros is an outrageous price. For 4 double rum and cokes. 10 euros a glass. They're that big. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I felt sodomized. I did. I was awful. Forester's Lodge is nearly under construction, which is fantastic news. We just obviously got to wait for the place to be built, and then we're off and grand. 40 is fucking expensive. Yeah, it was. It really was. Okay, so we're running out of firewood here. What have we've hit the limit of herbs. Let's bump up our herb reserve here to 200. The herbs are basically trying to keep the citizens in decent health, which is what we're trying to do here. Do we have anybody capable of moving out? Yes, we've got a few people capable of moving out. So let's build ourselves another house on... Let's build it on this street here. Just there. Very nice. Awesome. Get this place constructed as well. A few of the labourers are moving resources around, which is nice. This place is under construction at its own speed, which is brilliant. Yeah, I'm hoping that we'll be able to do a decent job with this forester. I'm really hoping to get a good amount of logs all stored up and ready to go. I'm going to put the stockpile here, I reckon. Yeah. If I bring this... Well, I can't really bring that road forward. Why can't I bring that road forward? Yeah, apparently I have to do it like that. Yeah, apparently this area here is too high to put a thing on, so I'm going to have to put the stockpile down here. Which is, I guess, is okay. I can live with that. Okay, stockpile. Let's put it just here at the side of the road. Let's give it a 4x8. Hopefully that'll be enough. Forester's cabin is now constructed. Let's assign as many people to it as I can. Let's get... Well, we've nearly got the full amount. We need 8. So these guys are going to do a fantastic job, hopefully. There we go. Good stuff. There we go. Stockpile under construction, is now complete, sorry. As these foresters come in here to work and chop stuff down and slowly remove the stone and things from the forest, we'll gradually get more and more resources, which is excellent. So they'll move and put the logs and stuff over here, which is what we need. There you go. That's going to give us extra logs for construction, which is perfect, because that's going to mean we get to use more firewood and things like that. I could even build another woodcutter here for the sake of getting our firewood reserve up, but that's probably a decision for some time away. We're now on early autumn of the 9th season, 23 adults, 9 children, which is good. We've got 9 potential labourers moving up. I need to consider upping food production for the sake of the increase in mouths that are going to be coming, mouths to feed. But I think my next step is going to be a tailor. So let's consider getting a tailor built. I was going to build it just here in the village square. So let's do that. Put the tailor in. Just enough room there to fit him on the edge, which is nice. Brilliant stuff. Let's have a look here. The reserve of logs is low. I expected as much. A few logs and a bit of stone and iron are coming out this way. As I say, once all the materials are moved out by these guys, they're chopping down bits of stone, removing bits of iron for the sake of getting more room for foresting, which is perfect news, because that's going to give us a small trickle of those base resources, which is what we need. Again, we've only got about 10 iron at the moment. I could probably send in a blanket crew just to get all of that iron out, but for the minute it's okay. Let's max out our foresters there, and that should hopefully double our production of logs, which is great. Okay. So on top of obviously building the tailor, it's probably about the right time to start construction of our trading post, because soon we're going to have commodities to trade. Once we obviously start producing more leather, in the form of building a second hunting cabin, which will be what I might do now, actually. Let's consider getting a second hunting cabin up and running, which will be not a pasture, but a hunting cabin, just in time for a freezing winter here. Okay, let's get a hunting cabin built. Just by the forester's place, no biggie. Just there, I think. Yeah, just there for the forester's cabin, or the hunting cabin. road built to like there, which is grand. And then I need to also build that gathering hut. Or that new storage shed, sorry, so that these guys don't have to travel too far in order to drop off their resources. Just there will do. Fantastic. Few construction options coming in there, which isn't too bad. It's not going to take too much stone, I don't think. Only 16 stone there. That's going to require quite a bit of stone, but they will gradually get on top of it as more and more stone is removed from this construction site, which is great. We've already got 5 stone there. With all the dead trees, you can actually kind of see in and see the amount of stone that we have access to here, which is fantastic. Hello, Raven. How you doing, man? Awesome. Could probably get an extra person working the market, but perhaps there's no need for that just yet. The reserve of firewood is low, but I do need to build a place for firewood to be chopped, so I will do that here as well. We're on a bit of an expansion here, which is nice. There we go. Put in a firewood place over there. Yeah, there's a real expansion going on, which is nice. We're not just sort of sitting on our hands here. Looks like firewood is low because of the amount of wood that's being required for construction, but that's okay. Again, as the foresters start to remove all of these materials, they'll have more places to plant trees such as that one that they've planted, which should hopefully, again, like I say, increase our chance of getting some decent wood flow out of this area. It's going to be a couple of years before the wood starts to mature. But at that point then, wood production should really ramp up like it has here. 130 logs, 157 logs a season, that is a good amount. Let's get a tailor to work. Like I say, we cannot do anything with wool at the moment, so we're just doing hide coats. That should be good enough for the sake of making jackets and things. We should see them appear over here. There we go. Leather is going in, which is great. Reserve of firewood is low. Again, hopefully that won't be too much of an issue while we wait for things to be constructed here. Again, logs are slowly trickling out of this place as they start to remove stone and various other materials, which is awesome stuff. So yeah, we're just waiting for things to finish then, waiting for things to construct, get things underway, which is nice. The roads have all been constructed around here, which is awesome news. To be honest, it's a shame that we have to build such a large storage barn right next door, but it is kind of necessary for the sake of keeping food production high, because what will happen is the foresters will bring, the gatherers and the hunters will bring their food to here, and then the guys in the markets will bring it from there to here, and that's how you work the game. You have to like daisy chain storage points so that they all converge on a central market, which is like I say, the real key if you can do that. Food supply has been holding around 3,000. Once we get the extra supply of venison in, we're going to probably really jump up to about 4,000 food, which will be fantastic. It's sort of on the rise because last winter was already low, but like I say, as more children are born, more mouths start to be fed, to need feeding. You know, it's all going to sort of slow down to a head. I'm also going to build an extra house here, I think. I'm not sure what I'm going to build around here. I was thinking of maybe putting a large stockpile there, so I'll see. I'll leave that open for potential industry. I'm going to put another house, I think probably on this street, and then see where this goes. Yeah, something like that. Will that bring the road out for them? Excellent stuff. You've got some nice room behind that storage barn in the centre of the city. Maybe make a farm there. Yeah, potentially. Could do some farming out there. Although I'm planning to just have this place as sort of like a central area. I don't know whether I might do my farming down here, because there's like a small pasture. Could even do a little bit of fishing in this quiet stream, which is also good. But it's how much I want this sort of central housing area to splurge out. That's the real art of this. Lots of stone starting to appear over there, which is fantastic news. This place is nearly free of all debris that is covering it. So, like I say, we're just waiting for these last few bits of construction to take place. And then we should have a decent source of supply coming out of there. Like I say, the foresters are spending a lot of their time actually just getting rid of the stone and the iron, so this place won't be nominal for a little while. And then we've got a small stockpile of stuff, which is nice. The firewood place is working sort of round the clock. It looks like he's struggling to get firewood from here, and he's going all the way over here to grab firewood to come back. So hopefully that won't happen once we have this second place under construction, which is cool. Like I say, the guys are just bringing the materials that they can to the different places so that it can all be built. There's quite a few construction options that are waiting to occur, so it's just taking a little bit of time to get underway. But that's alright. They're just waiting for that last bit of stone to be moved. Road's being constructed, which is excellent. We should have a few labourers on the grapevine, which is great. There we go, this place should be ready for construction now. They'll start bringing logs and supplies and materials over, which is what we need. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, so far so good. Good supply of iron and reserves of tools and things like that. We've got a few logs over there. This house is being constructed. I don't have an extra builder that I can throw around, which is a bit of a shame, but well, he's just going to grab some supplies and some food and stuff, and he'll eat things and get things built in his own time. Like I say, we need houses for the sake of more children. More children means more labourers, more workers, more houses, and on the cycle goes. Which is fantastic. Who's going to move in here? We've got a gatherer and a woodcutter. Fantastic stuff. Right then, the reserve of logs of low, which is alright, I guess. Good stuff. Telling me lads keeping the market stocked up as best as he can, which is brilliant. This place is, there we go, now starting to get the supply of logs out of the various different storage caches that we have. In fact, it should even be completed in relatively good time here. I also need to start sort of consideration for a quarry, which I was thinking of putting back here because it's kind of out of the way. Having a mine here and a couple of quarries there if I can fit them in. And that's sort of tucked out of the back of the village and not in a place of, you know, too much importance. Although if I choose to expand my village back there, I could get an extra source of fishing, but again, beggars can't be choosers, so... Nice then. Have you played Life is Feudal before, Forest Village? It's just like Banished, but with better graphics. No, I can't say I have can't say I have played Life is Feudal. No worries. This place here is just getting the reserve of stone that it needs. We do have enough stone in the stockpile, so we've just got to wait for people to bring them over. Early summer of the 10th season. Making a decent whack at this, which is great. Let's see. What else needs doing around the village? Not much, we're just biding our time. Once we get a decent supply of stone, we can upgrade to stone housing, which will do wonders for sort of wood and construction and things. A source of coal would be excellent as well. I may even consider mining, but we don't have the population to do mining just yet. We need a much larger village before we consider making a mine, just because the more people you put in there, the better the output is. And having the better output is like much more important as of this point. The supply of stone is low as well. This place has run out of leather. They made 26 hide coats. There we go. No, they're bringing the leather back over. They made 26 hide coats, which could be potentially exported. You can see the jackets being made there, which is fantastic. But our two major commodities of stone and logs are now starting to suffer. These places need to go under construction, so let's get 2 builders on the job. Let's actually get 3 builders on the job. There's a lot of construction work needs to go on. They've done a good job of clearing out this bit of stone here, which is great. So good job to them. Nice stuff. Just going to take a little bit of time to get everything under construction. Last few resources are being moved. Brilliant. Just got to wait for these last few areas to be built. Oh, well, we'll get this built and then we'll drop it back down to 1 worker, so that this place can have 2 people working it and getting another source of leather for the people in the market. Nice one. I'm just going to turn up my fan a little bit, for it is still rather nippy in the world. And wait, the remote is... It should be on the bed still. There it is. So turn up the speed of that. try and heat up the room now rather than just in front of it. Nice stuff. Quebec, would you recommend this game? I bought it 2 weeks ago, but going back and forth about playing it, it's cool. You know what I mean? I mean, look at this game in front of you now, and you know, do you like the look of it? If yes, then go for it. Fantastic. So this will be nice and good. This is all going to get built in its own time. The barn is going up there, and then the woodcutting place just across the road from it, which should hopefully get a decent supply of logs from this forester. How's the output of this one? Yep, output starting to climb as they remove more materials, which is great. Awesome stuff. I do need to get rid of a lot of this stone, to be honest. But there'll be a time and a place for that, I think. They need more labourers for things like that. Food is on the climb as well, which is nice. We're coming up to 4,000 food. This place hasn't even delivered on venison yet. And the food reserves are already starting to climb, which is excellent news. So yeah, up to 3,000 food. Ideally, I want to be able to start making alcohol and things like that, but it's, you know what I mean, it's an eventual point. I might start, yeah, I might make, no, we'll leave it at 50 tools for export. I think this place is now going to be important. Let's drop one person out of forestry and then get them into woodcutting, just so that we can try and keep the woodcutting reserves up. How are we doing here? Oh, here we go. Our first batch of venison's just come out, which is excellent. Just been dropped off in the market here. Staple diet of meat and supplements of other sort of bits of food and stuff, but it's very much a sort of hunter-gatherers community, which is nice. Again, mostly eating venison and fish. So not a bad diet, to be honest, but with a nice sort of mix of sort of reasonably scarce sort of onions, roots, berries, and other sort of ground-grown commodities. Mushrooms, that's the one. Nice. Hey, Quebec. No, that's I've already read that message. The music sounds super intense. Yeah. Okay, so we've run out of these supplies, which is always a bit of a bother. We can put that back up to full now. We need more leather, which apparently has just been dropped off, and more firewood, which is also important. I think what I'm going to do is set a bit of a harvesting spree. Let's harvest these trees back here, just so that's nice and clear for when we decide to move back there, if we decide to move back there. And that's just going to bolster our wood stockpile a little bit by getting rid of all of them. It's going to take them a while to do it because I don't really have any labourers, but by getting rid of that, that's going to really bolster our wood reserves and let the foresters sort of make up a deficit. Coal is really sort of my next step, I think. If I can start making coal at any decent output, then that will be fantastic. And again, that's really got to happen like here, I reckon. I reckon I'm going to have the mining in very close situ, sort of here, I reckon, to the main village square, because that means people are going to be able to have easy access to it for housing and warmth. Because coal obviously does much better than firewood. You don't need as much of it, but it's harder to obtain. It kind of balances itself out. But you do need a lot of workers to go into a mine, and therefore I am building houses as sort of frequently as I can to try and get as many people in on the idea as I possibly can. There we go. A couple of people coming out the back here to start chopping stuff down, which is nice. There we go. A few labourers coming out to work. I like it. Feel free to just go pick any tree you like, as far away as possible. I suppose working from the back in makes sense. Fantastic stuff. It'll take them a little while to clear this, but with enough, there's about four people working to get that cleared, and that's really going to bolster our log reserve for the sake of that, which is brilliant. I might also set these people to strip out this iron ore over here, so let's go to gather, stone ore. Let's gather all of that stone out, And let's also gather any more iron that we can see. A couple of bits there, a couple of bits there, a couple of bits of iron over there, and a couple of stones over there, just to sort of help complement the reserves that we already have. If we've got this many people running backwards and forwards for the sake of just logs, we can really sort of raise our supply, which is excellent news. This season we're doing pretty well for like venison and stuff like that. Leather's doing okay. We've got 43 leather coats in storage, which is great. I may up that to let's up that to 70, so that I have quite a few to export. I'll also upgrade the amount of tools to 75 because they break a lot more frequently, and that's going to give me more bargaining power with regards to trading for resources. I think also that's going to be my next step. I'm going to use the stone and things that I gather to start building this particular construction here, which is going to be finishing off the trading post, which is another big step, to be honest. In terms of the seasons here, we're on season 11, early spring. The harvest is doing very well, like I say, up to about 4,000 food. This place is still doing really well. Still got a very good output, good yield. The forester's place is doing excellent for logs each year. Venison is very high from there. As I say, venison is a little bit low from this one, but we'll give it a full year to try it out. Log production is starting to ramp up over here, which is great. Firewood is doing okay. We're now addressing our firewood problem. Not addressing our firewood problems. Apparently, yeah. Like I say, logs are still reasonably scarce at the moment, which is why this whole option over here for construction is starting to get underway. Just as many fire logs or firewood, just as much firewood as we can is the real trick here. As I say, the more houses that are built, the more resources are required to, well, yeah, to stop them from going under, if you like. If you think about how much food is in each of these houses, and firewood and things, all the important stuff, which is grand. Okay, so yeah, so far it's going well. Like I say, we're just waiting on reserves of leather and hide and whatever, just for the sake of building stuff. A lot of our berries and roots look to be getting tapped out. We tend, from the looks of things, our meat supplies... Jesus Christ, look at that storage barn. What's the output of this place? It's disgusting. Literally, like, looks like fish is really the workhorse here in terms of supply and material, supply and demand. It's very much fish, a fish-based diet. This storage barn is nearly half full with fish. We've also got some iron tools on backlog there, which is nice. I could even export fish, which could even be an idea. I need more stone. Hopefully these guys are going to start going out and gathering some stone soon. That's the dream, anyway. There we go. Small wealth of firewood being built up over there, which is great. But though it is late spring, so there's not much of a demand for it. Logs are starting to get stockpiled there, which is alright. This forester, again, production is doing okay. This area now is pretty much devoid of anything that isn't stone. You can see how many trees are growing. Tree there, all of those trees there, those are all growing. All of the small trees, you know, that's the nice thing about foresters. They plant and, you know, replenish the resources that they have. They plan which trees they're going to cut down for the sake of sustainability, which is very nice. Awesome stuff. Am I ignoring chat? I don't think so. Well, probably I am. Well, I sadly have to go. Work calls, sadly. Take care, bud, and have a good stream. No worries, Blade. And have a nice... Have a good day. Do you know what I mean? Have a nice day at work. Food reserve dipped down there slightly. Firewood reserve is finally under control, which is excellent. Venison and stuff is starting to trickle in. We've currently got 56 hide coats in storage, which is brilliant. So far, so good. This place is doing pretty well. Tool exports are going well. Stone is starting to head over this way, which is perfect. We've got lots of kids now. I'm going to slow down on my housing after this. Lots of logs being stored up, which is exactly what we need. These areas over here, which is perfect. Oh, let's not quit. Let's get everything. Oh, sorry, harvest. harvest all resources. There we go, grab all of that. Actually clear that out of any berries or whatever else that might be there. Wild onions there, let's grab those. Grab that. Very nice. Brilliant. Exactly, Salem. Yeah, they start hauling. Materials. Yeah, once so, like for example, the woodcutters here will basically become labourers while there's no work to do. So they'll be going out and chopping down other stuff. Like they don't get a free ride. They don't sit around on their hands, which is nice. Oh, I'm loving it. So far, so good. Herbs are doing well. That we're actually smashing it out for this season. Awesome stuff. Logs are doing well. Like I say, with the firewood reserve tippy top, that puts us in a very good spot here. Loads of firewood in the market, which is excellent. Food reserves are on the climb again, which is perfect. Leather reserves are still at 0. Like I say, we're still waiting for stuff. But once we get this place constructed here, we'll be in a fantastic spot. Our iron reserve is starting to run out as well. So again, we've got to be mindful of the fact that we need iron too. Here we go. Finally ready for construction. This one's going to take a very long time to build. But it's going to provide us with some important access to merchant trade. Yeah, he's going to take him ages to build this, but I reckon he'll do a good job of it. Awesome. Venison output for this year from the new one is already better than last year. Good amount of leather, which is great. Forestry production is actually a little bit behind this season. But again, they're still removing stone and other resources, so they're not at full-on production yet, because all of these trees that they're planting in the spaces haven't matured like they have over here, which is the real art of it, to be honest. Forestry is the sustainability. But this one is reaching very good outputs over here, which is great. So far we're doing alright. We'll probably assign an extra builder in there just to help get these things constructed, because we do need to start trading. Again, wool would be fantastic. If I could get sheep and especially cows as a point of priority, I'm going to have some really good opportunities to make some good resources, like wool and leather jackets. Wool and hide jackets are seriously good. But look at this, man. It's a big construction. It's all very cool. Nice. Very nice. Brilliant. You love seeing a Banished map set against an ocean rather than a long river. Could be pretty cool, yeah. That'd be nice, like a proper coastal town. That'd be quite interesting. Excellent stuff. These places are nearly done. Those two builders doing a cracking job. And baboom. Very nice. So what I'll do now is drop one of the workers out and get one of the workers working over here, in the trading hub. What I need to do is consider what I am going to trade. Got all of these here. Let's see. Desired to store at the trading post. Let's store 40 iron tools and 40 coats, if I can. Yeah, because I got that and that. And then the guy with the wheelbarrow is going to go over there and he's going to start filling this place up, which is very nice. So I can potentially do trade with them. What will happen is that a merchant vessel will sail down this really long stream and then come and dock here, ready for trade. And we'll trade with whatever resources he has. Like I say, fish I can shift by the ton. Like I can there's so much fish like in circulation at the moment. I probably want to get another gatherer's hut just for the sake of meal variety, because I look in people's houses and their reserves of like berries and stuff are really low in contrast to their like meats and things. So it might be time to get another forester, or not forester, another gatherer over here in this new pod of buildings, which I think is probably going to be a good call. Let's start that construction. We want a gatherer, so this guy, Gatherer's Hut. We're going to put him just out the back of this place here. So that's going to be our fresh tap of resources there. You'll sail down the river right into the bridge, more than likely. It doesn't take a massive amount of time for merchants to appear, to be honest. They're not infrequent. Okay. So yeah, at the minute we're doing all right. We've got, like I said, decent wealth of logs starting to build up now because of the fact that A, we're chopping down all of those trees back here, which just helps bolster our supply, and secondarily, the fact that the foresters are now starting to really mature some of the trees over here, which is excellent. In fact, I could even increase our log limit here to 300. In fact, I'll put it up to 400 because you can always have more logs. In terms of our builders, I don't have anyone spare here. Who's moved into this house? The 32-year-old forester and the 15-year-old blacksmith. Ooga! Fucking creep alert. Holy shit, that's terrible. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling like an increase in pulses and things like roots and things are going to be needed. Brilliant. Okay. Merchants sail down the river to get to you. How do they get back where they came from? It's a good question. They go all of the way around the continent to go back to the start. So, Tate Mars says, my wife left me the other day because I have an uncontrollable need to wear a new t-shirt every half an hour. As she was walking out the door, I yelled, "Darling, wait, I can change." That's like that Smash Mouth joke. That fucking the band. He goes, so I thought my girlfriend was joking when she said she would leave me over my Smash Mouth addiction. My words, my Smash Mouth addiction. And then I saw her face, which was always good. I've always got a good rise out of me. I know it's the 1800. If she's bleeding, she's breeding. That is gross, but true. She's a woman, not a cattle. It's not a piece of cattle. Jesus Christ. The band is called the Monkeys, not Smash Mouth. Is it? Didn't Smash Mouth do a cover of it? Or am I thinking of All? I'm probably thinking of All Star, isn't it? The Monkeys, yes, I think you are. I think you are right. Smash Mouth did a cover. Monkeys did it first. Ah, right. I think I've heard both actually. Oh my God! Look at the amount of venison in there, and some fish, bizarrely, from somewhere. Jesus Christ. Nice then. That's all stored up and ready to go. Our reserves are looking good. I could literally shift at like 1,000 fish and no one would feel a thing. But I'm not going to do that because we always need food. Like, if you look, with the amount of mouths that we build, we've dropped down to about 3,000 food, or like from our reserves. So I need to ramp up food production even more to accommodate the mouths that we've fed. Oh, gotta feed. I could even get another fishing place over here. In fact, I think I will. I'll get another fishing place on the go. Because, fuck it. Always have more fish. I'm on the river, I might as well. Should I just block the river? Should I just block the river? Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Let's do it. Let's just, yeah. Let's put it right there. Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. Yeah, I just took it right in on that corner. Right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Fantastic. I don't know how the merchant's going to get through. They'll have to submerge his boat. You think you think that they'll clip through it? Yeah. Yeah, probably. Still no eyes on a merchant. I don't know whether I have to click a button to make him trade. I think we're just waiting for him, yeah. I don't think there's any real sort of orders I can give him. Let's bump this up to 60 and 60. Which is nice. We'll just bring more in, which is awesome. It should pop up when we get a new merchant vessel, which is what we want, so... Awesome. Reserve of iron is low. Yeah, I know our reserve of iron's been struggling. Where is iron ore? There's some there. There's some down here. Just little bits here and there. Not very much. Just a little bit over there. A little bit here. A couple of pieces here. On the whole, iron is looking pretty starved. I could really venture out and grab these bits. I think I'll have to. Just for the sake of the stockpile. Lots of oh god, look at that. Very rich in iron over there. Could build a small pseudo village over there. Might be an idea. And so submarines were invented in the 1600s, yes. Grand. Okay. So the reserve of firewood, or sorry, logs is doing fantastic, to be honest. I think I might even need to up our capacities again here based on nominal storage. No, in fact, well, we're hovering around 185 because we've got some constructions underway. Or we did have, or we still do even. But this place will get built up nicely, and then we will be good to go. Fantastic there. Reserve of iron is low, well aware. It might be worth getting an iron mine sorted then, like soon. Again, we've got lots of children in the pipe, which is great, but I think food production is probably going to be of a matter of urgency, because we're now starting to dip our food down to like the 3,000 mark. The 2,000 fish that we had in here is now down to 1,000. I'm noticing a trend in like food and sort of depletion of that food. So we definitely need to ramp up our food production with regards to stockpiling, which is again where the gatherer's hut is going to be coming in. This place is nearly finished. So let's get this place up and running if I can. I'm going to spread out between them. There we go. Build a road here. This is really going to help bring some more like I say, root vegetables onto the market, which is what we need.
Oh yeah!
Fantastic. Thank you very much there, Grizzly. Cheers, man. For the 23 months, nearly a grey bear. Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much there. Right then. So far, so good. Yeah, look at that. Wood reserve is doing fantastic. Stockpiles are starting to look healthier, which is the important thing. How are we doing? Already starting to get some materials onto the market, which is great. Housing is a potential avenue I want to explore further. So let's have a look here. If we build an extra house, I'm just trying to sort of grow the population, but not out of control. I'm going to drop another house on this street. See how we do. Reserve of iron's doing okay, but the fact that we're making so many iron tools for export means that the smithy is struggling to keep up with supply and demand of the iron ore. That is. There you go. Yeah, he keeps grabbing it. We're going to keep mining it. We're having to send people sort of out, back, and beyond to go and get the stuff, but you know, it has to be done. There we go. Some iron starting to appear over here. Firewood is doing well. I'm going to jump this up to 400 so that we have more of a firewood stockpile for those really cold winters. Very nice. Again, storage is doing okay. this place here. 25 coats in there. Again, when we get a merchant, we'll have some a decent amount of stock to trade, which is the important thing. Trade, because I need sheep. If I can get at least 2 sheep, I'll be in a fantastic spot. Absolutely awesome spot. How do you get better houses? The only other way you can get better houses is to press this button here, which upgrades them to a stone house, which gives them more warmth, which means you don't need as much firewood, which is the important thing. Let's have a look. Let's see what they move in with regards to materials, because they're going to start populating their house with supplies very soon. Let's see what old Trentine and Krista, yeah? Trentine and Krista. Let's see what they bring home here. So they've brought home. Looks like our man Trent has brought home some firewood. Looks like he's doing a bit of mining over there. The other half has brought home all of the food that they'll need. So berries, 7 whole blueberries. So what a time to be alive. But plenty of fish, good amount of onions, roots, and a little bit of venison as well. They're going to be living quite healthily to start a family there. People are still waiting to move out, it looks like. We're just waiting for fucking old Gilbert here, the 72-year-old fuck, just holding up the house here. Yeah, there's a potential family that can move in there. Just let him die. Jesus. Yeah, we can't really upgrade to stone housing until we get a quarry. That's really the next point. There we go there. So that's up to maximum. Our fishery here. Let's try and bump up the fishing supplies or fishing reserves here, which is fantastic. He's literally fishing in the crane. He's fishing for termites. Did that guy literally just use that as a walkthrough? Someone literally just walked like from there to there. Did you see that? Sexy rocks, rooting vegetables. What do you want those sheep for? Hello, Pint. How you doing, matey? Yeah, they are. They're walking across. Surely not. The bigger concern is the guy fishing into the crane. Yeah. Ah, they are. We could literally get rid of the bridge. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. You can literally bridge it. That's fantastic. Life hacks. I'm really surprised that works. It does. That's fantastic. Oh, here we go. Our first merchant. Let's see what he has to trade. Hopefully livestock. Right. Purchase or trade. He comes with chickens. I'll buy a chicken. I'll buy 2 chickens if I can. Right. I need to bring over some more resources to trade then. What would he would trade? He will trade for these, but he won't trade for anything else because they're not processed goods. Let's trade like a lot. I'm overpaying by that much. Okay, cool. Let's put 25 in. 2 chickens. Yeah, let's trade. Okay, so let's trade for this. Let's trade for 2 chickens. Chickens are good. Let's trade for 2 chickens. Fantastic. So I now have some chickens on board. I'm going to make a request. I can order cattle and sheep from him. So let's order those 2. And then let's get a custom trade just once. And then dismiss him. So he's going to bring us over some more livestock. So I've got to build a little chicken coop now for the chickens, which is excellent news. Oh, I'm well chuffed. Chickens is a really good start. So I need a pasture for the chickens. I don't need a big pasture, I only need a little one. I could just fit it right in there. This pasture is too small. Ah, yeah, it doesn't fit there. I think I was talking about maybe putting a pasture here, wasn't I? I don't need the pasture too far away, that's the thing. Request seeds? Couldn't request seeds from that guy because he's not a seed vendor. I'm going to put this pasture here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to put that pasture there. And then I'm going to move the chickens over to it. Brilliant stuff. Oh man, I can't believe I've got a couple of chickens. That's phenomenal news. Log reserve is doing fantastic. The herbs are doing really well. Plenty more herbs and things starting to make their way out onto the markets now, which is excellent. And now we've got a source of additional food in the form of chickens, which is excellent news. I'm well chuffed with that. Just got to wait for the labourers to bring over the logs to this particular area, and then we'll be good to go. Actually, excellent. You can only trade for what is already there. The merchants will take anything, but only if it's stored in the trading post. Ah, right, okay. Good to know. So I could have potentially tried to get more for me money there, but... oh, well, better bang for buck, but we'll see. How are we doing here? Leather production has certainly declined. We've got 44 hide coats in storage. Just got to wait for more to come out there. I'm going to get 100 iron tools ready in there. This place is under construction, which is fantastic. Won't take us long before we can put the chicken coop in here. This is fantastic stuff. A seed vendor is what your mum calls me. Hey! Wahey! Very edgy. We'll only be able to get a few chickens in here. There we go. We can get a maximum of 10. So we empty, and then the food limit is that. Controls the number of animals to keep in the pasture. Exceeding this count will result in livestock being slaughtered for food. Okay. So do these guys produce eggs? This is what I don't know. Also, the chickens are just walking themselves over, which I love. It's like, nope, I don't need to be moved. I shall go myself. You don't tell me where to go. Straight in. Plucking up the place. Awesome stuff. So we can get 10 chickens in here. Gradually, they will expand with regards to their chicken hood. Which is the important thing here. Fence is not doing a very good job of keeping them in. We're going to up this food limit to like, what? Oh, Jesus. 2 of 5. There we go, 2 of 10. I must have accidentally hit something there. Brilliant. Yeah, I probably won't get any eggs, but we'll see. But it's nice to have some livestock now. That's the important thing. Just going to take a while for them to populate, as it were. Okay, so firewood is doing okay. Stored logs is doing well. Stone reserve is decent, and the iron reserve is still quite low. In terms of what's going on here, looks like old Hilda, or Gilda, kicked the bucket and moved out. Or they threw him in the river. I can't do anything. I need to get like hops if I'm going to make beer. Or I think I can make beer out of wheat. And just wheat. It's not the nicest beer, but I think I can still do that. Yeah, hopefully we get more chickens in the not too distant future. Okay. Yeah, so far the village is going well. Like, there's really nothing to scoff at here. Yeah, it's doing really well. Plenty of roots and things. I think the fisheries are doing okay. Need to get that up to 8 to maximise fishing production in both sides. which is the important thing. Because again, we're not going to get any return on those chickens for quite some time because of the fact that they're going to take a while to actually get up to a population of 10. It's probably going to take about 6 or 7 seasons to really get any kind of return from this chicken coop. You know, it's not the end of the world. At least we've got them now. You've got blueberries, make cider. Sadly, I don't think I can. I think I have to have hops if I'm going to make blueberries out of cider out of blueberries. And I have no hops. Right, so let's see. The reserve of iron is just waning, sadly. I don't really have any left. I'm having to sort of prospect far and wide for it, which means my next serious consideration does have to be mining. So I shall, I think, probably start the construction options for that. So resource gathering, a mine, used to mine iron ore. And again, I'm thinking of having that sort of up here on the hill. I'll probably have it here, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'll have it there, sort of on this outcrop. Yeah, just there. I'll build a mine. Does mean acquiring some more stone for the sake of building the everything that the... Oh my god, that's a lot of stone right there. Get the labourers on that. Happiness is going down now because of the fact that there's no sort of way to enjoy yourself. There is no hops or beer or anything like that. So it's a little bit glum. It's a little bit grim here in Burvlard. It's not terrible. I need more chickens. Could even trade for them. Are we using Imperial units? Yeah, we are. I don't know why. That's just what the game was made in. Can't change it in the settings, so... Okay. So fish exports are doing quite well. Venison is doing excellent. We've got... There's a mainly venison diet, it looks like now. The fishery is starting to sort of meet supply and demand again, which is excellent news. Some leather coats will soon be distributed back towards the place here. As I said, leather is really... Cows are the holy grail. I should try and get more cows before I get more sheep. Because cows will allow me to make the clothes that I need to trade for sheep. So it will be cows first and then sheep. Fantastic. Trade is going reasonably well here. As I say, iron tools are the commodity here. Guys are bringing all the resources they can over to the mine. Have they cleaned me out of stone? They pretty much have, to be honest. We've used up basically all of our stone reserves, but we should have a good few people that we can send. Well, we've got no labourers yet, but we've got 10 kids in the oven, so that's they'll be all grown up soon and able to work in the mine and die horrible deaths, because that's what happens in there. Mining regular. Oh my god, we've hit the food limit. Right, everybody back to work. Awesome. Options? Sorry. Options? Game. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Awesome. So it's 1 degree Celsius. A nice freezing, literally just above freezing. Quebec is a witch. Nice. Nice. Yeah, firewood's doing well. Tenderize your children in the mines before cooking. A Q Bear, top tip. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, stuff's going well at the moment. There's not really too much going on. We're just waiting for resource production and gathering. Oh my god, stretchy arms. Oh. Oh dear. So -3 degrees. I wonder how cold it will actually get here. It's early winter. -4. God, you can appreciate why they have to burn like firewood. That's pretty nippy at the best of times. Yeah. It's alright. Stretch and yawn, that's it. Cube yawn. I said my own word and I triggered myself, fuck's sake. Right. Food is hovering around the 5,000 mark, but it's on the climb. We all as a species should learn to hibernate. That'd probably be a good idea. I'm all up for sleeping for 3-4 months. Right. This place is now ready for construction, but again, I don't really have anyone that can work in there yet, but at least the construction will be put down, and then it's good. -4 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, we've changed it to Celsius now, so that is Celsius. Just think waking up after a 3-month nap. I'm just trying to think of, like, you know, getting a drink of water. A third chicken has appeared in the roost. That is fantastic news. Again, the hatching, shall we say, effect starts to multiply as you get more and more chickens, so that's fantastic. Superb. Hello, Jaina. How art thou? Still at uni, just having a break. No problem. How's the day been going for yourself? Have you done any things? Have you made the things with the glues and glitters? I think you're on ceramics, sorry, aren't you? How's that going? Cool. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Eggs. Eggs. Actual eggs. We've got some eggs. Look at that. Literal eggs. Oh, I'm happy with that. Actual eggs in circulation. Eggs. And fry an egg on a rock. Beautiful. Bit of oil? No, we don't have oil here. Just spit on the rock. And that's it. Fry it on that. They're hard people here in Burvlav. God, food production needs to go up again. I'll just put it up to 10,000 so I don't need to introduce it. Nice. Raid incoming! I don't have an alarm. I don't have the alarm anymore. I was thinking of making that with like the nuclear siren. Ah! Batten down the hatches. They're here. Burvlav, hide your women and children. Holy shit. Crash dive. Incoming raid, that's it. Hello everyone. How are you doing? Thought this was vanished. Nope, it's banished. Brilliant. This was a peaceful settlement. It's all gone wrong now. Fantastic. Hi folks. Welcome to Banished, this sort of medieval village building simulator thing. I am currently in the northern village of Burvlav. And I am currently, at the minute, just biding my time. We're a hunter-gatherers colony. At the moment, we're living off sort of root vegetables, venison, and fish. We've just recently, through a very nice trade deal, expanded into chickens and therefore eggs. Eggs in Burvlav. What a time to be alive. So yeah, it's going well. It's going well at the minute. I've had Banished in my library forever. Is this game worth a solid try? Well, have a look and make that decision for yourself. I'm enjoying it myself. Am I from the Birmingham area? Yes. Yes, I am. It says lard. Is it Burvlard or Burvlav? Burvlard. It's Birdlard. Sorry, Burvlard. Burvlard, even. Right. Sorry, wait, why does it say Womble is on Space Engineers but Quebec is streaming? It's because he's just raided me, Warhurst. It's just finished up. I've got quite the echo, yeah. I'm not Womble. I'm not. It is. No, I am. I am Womble. I'm his alter ego. I'm the better half. I am him who is I, says me. So yeah, at the minute what we're doing is we're just biding our time here. We've got 37 adults. Ignore that because that's students. I'm not going to bother with that. Education in Burvlard. No, absolutely not. We've got 7 children. Children of which we are planning to put to work in... not yours. So that's going to be a good opportunity to get some coal and some iron ore. I also have had a cat brush against my leg, which I will not going to lie scared the shit out of me because I wasn't expecting a cat in here. I reckon it's because I've got the heater on. Quebec is adult Womble. Yes, absolutely. What's the goal here? What are you looking to do or accomplish? It's really just there's no real end game for this. There's just a city building thing. You just keep going until you don't want to go no more. Oh, I love that the chickens are going well. We got five chickens. Look at this. Look at this. They're out of control. They're like rabbits. Right, that's awesome. Finally, a streamer from my area that has a decent personality. Well, I could put on my best block switch accents for you, Chuck. Nah. Let's not. Decent personality. Pint. I'll have you know, I have the best personality. I have the personality of wholemeal bread. Like not even white bread. Wholemeal bread. Right. Should I add sugar to my Earl Grey tea? Yes. I feel like I'm watching Kingsman, yeah. Right. Shame about the face, though. It is a face for radio.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another merchant coming in. Let's see what we're doing. Let's see what he has. Is this the man that is bringing the sheep and the cows? Because I need the cows. Is this your boy? Hopefully it is. Let's see. Trade. He's brought worthless iron tools to my door. Get out! Get out! I already make iron tools. Shoo! Iron tools. Okay, so far it's going so good. At the minute, I'm having a problem with leather because again, I've only got two hunting cabins that are just getting a very small supply of leather alongside the large stock of venison that they have. The mine is about ready to receive some people, which is nice. I think we are mining iron to begin with here, because my iron reserve at the moment is a little bit... It's looking a little bit sullen over there. Only 6. So a nice little bit of iron mining going on in there, which should be fantastic. Should be good. Did you smoke too many cigarettes at once to get that voice, or was it a ritual of Satan? I think, yeah, no, I think it was the cigarettes. I just grabbed the box and licked the bottom and just, and then it was gone. That was, yeah, that's how it was. I've been like this since 3 months old. I have. There's a video of me on the internet of me playing Slender ages ago, back when YouTube was hot, and I tried to do like a Let's Play YouTube channel. Oh man, my voice. Oh no, absolutely terrifying. Terrible. What are the cows good for? Well, eating for a start, and secondly, leather. Leather that will be used to create clothing. Clothing of which I can sell at a good markup, because leather's quite difficult to come by, generally speaking. So it's a good way to be processed and sorted out. Sheep are the real MVP. Sheep is stage 2 of my world domination plan. Oh god, I think did someone just pass away? She's like, I'm out. I'm not working here anymore. I think somebody did just die, perhaps. Firewood limit, let's get that up to 500. Just keep that working. We've got 300 logs at the moment in supply, which is excellent news. Our supply of food is really starting to climb, which is brilliant. I probably want to put a small stockpile just outside this mine here, so that the guys don't have to walk all the way over. with their materials. I might just put just a small stockpile just out the front. That's a road. Just a small stockpile just out the front. Can I put one here? Or like over here? No, put one here. Just a small stockpile just for them to store their iron ore and things when they come out. That's fine. Quite an industry for a village of 39 adults. Is this Skyrim? Yes, yes it is. Well, to be honest, the mine is really more of a necessity here. I've really exhausted, apart from a few small caches of iron just here and there. There's quite a bit of it over here, but it's quite a long way away from the village to get workers to walk all the way out here. Well, as the village expands, we will get access to it, but at the minute there's sort of a business need for iron, and I'm sort of struggling to meet it. At the moment, I think probably just expanding my housing and stuff like that is probably going to be the way to go. I'm going to put one there, I think, yep, and then I'm going to probably stretch this street up here. I'll probably build a few houses here just to try and boost the population, because now we have a mine to send the kids to. We're going to get a crazy amount of expansion. We're going to build 3 houses. Oh. What a time we live in. Yeah, this is the prelude of Moria, it really is. We've had an absolutely phenomenal 2 pieces of iron ore. As we say, the more people we send to the mine, the more efficient it is. So we've got to be mindful of that. There we go, just grabbing the iron ore, which is perfect. We'll bring it all back to the stockpile. So yeah, so far so good. We've got 80 hide coats in storage. Currently we've got no other stuff here, which is, you know, it's one of those ones. But yeah, like looking at these, like apart from fucking older Felia here, or Felia, she's, you know, hogging a whole house, you know, 69 years old. That is unbelievably old for a fucking, that's in Middle Ages years. 69. She is in real life years about 14. She's just like, yeah, she's coming to the end of her life there. Town builders, unbelievable expansion. That's right. I made a suggestion to ZF Stealth about you guys making a Christmas calendar. Front page is Gorty's or Size Girlfriend, and 12 of the months just semi-nude ZF dudes. Fantastic. There was a fantastic picture of me with, do you know the Snapchat filter that makes you look like a woman, and the vice versa one that makes girls look like a guy? I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, there was a great picture where I was testing that out, and I took a picture of myself. I look beautiful as a woman. If it wasn't for the fat, hairy chest that was shining through my dressing gown about halfway down the screen. So that was a bit of that was mixed signals, I believe. So yeah, that was interesting. It's a very unflattering photo. I should hope it will never see the light of day. The Cube Geisha? No, a totally different one. Nice. We're only going to be going for about half an hour more. Hello there, Space Bastard. What a good name. Fantastic. A bear woman, that's it. It's a trap. It's a trap. Alright, Twitch is telling me the number of people of watching is Nan. Both a sweet old lady and a delicious snack to complement a curry. A delicious side. Do not hack that phone, yeah. Yeah, tell the Daily Mail. They'll get everything you need. Cool. So yeah, we're just really biding, like I say, biding our time, just sitting around waiting for things to complete, to be honest. There's not too much else that needs to go on. I'm just waiting for kids to grow up, and then I'm sending them to the mines, where they belong. Fantastic. Cool. Fantastic. The best thing about this game is easily its soundtrack. It's so good. So good. Fantastic. Hey officer, how did the hackers escape? No idea. They're just some ransomware, yeah. Yeah, just some ransomware, obviously. Quebec is from China, everyone. I am from China. See, everybody knows I'm from China because it goes it's the first thing I teach kids in school. in my Chinese regime. I go to, you know, we sit down and we do the alphabet in nursery. We go A for apple, B for bird, C for intense child labour. That's what it is. Well, that starts with I, but you know, it's cross-platform. There's a few letters in there. Fantastic. So yeah, pretty much like I say, we're just waiting for just kids to grow up and everything, which is great. The chickens are doing alright. We've still got 5 chickens. That's growing up nicely. We've got, like I say, just a handful of eggs in circulation, which is kind of cool. I need to build some really large farms. Sort of probably over here somewhere, down on this flat ground. Just to try and, you know... Because the problem is with all these mountains is that they're kind of in the way. So it's difficult to build pastures and things, but I've got a little bit of space, but I'm kind of keeping a lot of it for expansion with regards to our sort of urban district here that's building up nicely. A is for your autocracy, that's the one. B is for bitch slap, what you get for questioning him. B is for building. You need a school. I know I kind of do, but I would rather just have uneducated workers in the mine. Like that's what I really want from my colony. I want kids that I can hand a pickaxe and go, "That's for you," and then they shove them underground, and they don't see light until 35. That's what I want from Burvlard. So yeah, at the minute, yeah, like I say, we're just sort of twiddling our thumbs and just waiting for things to get sorted. D is for don't talk about revolution. There, that's it. Nice. D is for death. I like our Chinese sort of parallel, slightly English, slightly Chinese, slightly racist calendar that we're building here. Fantastic. I'm going to get a sensitivity email from Twitch, more than likely. Nice. Quebec should be an overlord of some diamond mine somewhere in Deep Africa. Yeah. Maybe I should. I think the warlords in sort of Africa, mining blood diamonds, are, you know, what they really need is a pasty white guy from the West Midlands to come and challenge their, livelihoods. Q is for Quebec best leader. Ah, thank you very much, Camille. G is for glorious leader. E is for education. Who needs it? Yeah, it's true. All I need you to do, as a child, is learn how to turn big rocks into little rocks, and that's what you do in the mine. So you know what I mean. It's work experience. Work experience. Fantastic. M is for motherfucking motherland. I love that. P is for Communist Party, guiding us to prosperity. Fantastic. Q is for questionable health and safety records. I like it. H would be for human rights, but with a question mark on the end. Yeah. Let's face it, there's no way ZF anything could be only slightly racist. Yeah. Cool. So at the minute, yeah, we're just, like I say, sitting around. Food production is very much on the up. I need to keep an eye on our food stockpiles, though, because if they start to drop as a result of us adding 3 new families to the housing market, I need to up food production in its own way. Fantastic. Nice. 7 chickens so far on the chicken coop, which is great. Eggs production is up to 18. 18 eggs in circulation, which is great. I really need to map out where I'm going to build these large pastures, because, like I say, when the merchant comes back with the cows, that's really going to be the next big thing for me. Curious George. What do we do? N is for numbers. More in the mines. I like it. Vive la resistance! Get that shit out of here. Fucking get him out of here. Not in my colony. Gone. Purged. He's out. Right. Not in my colony. Kid. Right. Back into the game. Super. Sorry there. I saw red. I apologise. Right. So yeah, with regards to fucking like medicines and things, we'd probably want to consider getting a hospital at some point. With regards, yeah, because I mean, at the minute we're just using basic, herbal remedies. A bit of rose water, a bit of homeopathy. Man's leg rotting off with gangrene. Have this rose flavoured water. You know what I mean? So that will grow your leg back. Oh, another merchant. Fantastic stuff. Let's see what he has. Please have the cows. I need the cows. Please bring the cows. Hopefully, just remember to spread the pastures out. Don't want another outbreak of foot and mouth, or maybe I do. So what's this then? Iron ore. Whoops, I muted myself. Did I mute myself? Somebody asked me a question. Professional streamer. It's alright. I think waving my hands around in expression, so I tapped the mute button. Whoops, the resistance silenced him. It was all a ploy. Anyway, to answer the question, to go back to the start of the rant, the Gatherer's Hut here is probably one of the most important buildings you can get, because food is pretty much the most important commodity. Without it, there is famine and starvation. So you pretty much have to have a Gatherer's Hut. The best thing about it, when you compare it to things like venison and fishing, is that if we look at venison the previous year, only produced 640. If we look at fishing the previous year, only produced 438. This one only produced 750, right? I say that like it's not much. But if we consider for a moment, right, how much these Gatherer's Huts output, look at the amount of roots, mushrooms, onions, and berries. These things absolutely slam out resources. So you want to get a Gatherer's Hut down as quickly as possible, because all you need is a forest. If you put them down in a big forest, you get real dividends from this. The second most important thing that you can do is have a place nearby that they can store them. In the case of Vanilla Banished, the only place that acts as like a storage area is the storage barn. Now, the thing with the storage barn that makes it important in terms of like overall production and output is the fact that if we didn't have it, right, what would happen is that the people who are gathering the venison would have to go all of the way here, all the way down here, cross the bridge and drop off at the market, and then come all the way back and then start gathering again. By having this short hop between the storage barn and this place, you can see how much venison they're actually storing here. It means there isn't as much travel time. They're able to go backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards over a really short distance, and that allows them to massively ramp up their output. In the case of the market, what they do is they grab stuff from the storage barns and then wheel it to the central square, where it's then distributed to the general population, which is the important thing. You found that Gatherer's Huts decline over time. Everything declines over time in this game, which is why you need lots of them. For example, this fishery here, a few seasons ago, was pumping out 1,500 fish. This one I've had pretty much since the start of the game, and this is pretty much about on average where it should be. The reason why they tend to decline is because people tend to build in and around them, but you've got to just leave them as old forests like. The reason why gatherers' huts in the presence of like a, for example, in the presence of a forester might struggle is because a lot of this is new woodland. It's not old woodland like here and like up here. Like these are trees that have been freshly planted by the foresters, which means the amount of herbs and like materials they spawn is actually slightly less. So you've got to be mindful of that. Chickens are up to 11, which means we should now actually start getting some chicken on the market because we are overpopulation in terms of chickens. Like I say, I need to build some larger pastures for the sake of getting some more materials and stuff. So I'm going to build a larger pasture down here, and then I'm going to move the chickens to that one, just so it's out of the way, basically. Because the guys can access this storage barn here, so I might build like large pastures going down this way. I think that's going to be what I do. So let's go to pasture. Let's get it right on the water there. Brilliant stuff. I'm going to start it there. See that? See, look at this. That'd be an incredible pasture. Sadly, I can only go as far as that. To be honest, that's not that much bigger. I mean, it is, but it isn't really. I want to have a small road that goes down the side of that pasture, so I'm going to have a 16 by 13 pasture there. I'm going to let some of the workers come over and clear that out, and then I'm going to have a road that runs just down the side of it, like so. And then have a road that potentially comes to the back of the barn here. And then we can have like a main street that connects over here, like a main junction kind of thing. Which is the important thing. Brilliant stuff. Nice one. So we're going to have this come out here and there. And then, yeah. I don't know, how I decide to connect that doesn't really put a thing in there. Just having this large pasture is going to be the important things, and I'll actually move the chickens to this one, just so that our chicken output is sort of a lot more aggressive. There we go, look at that, 8 chicken, finally. Chicken in circulation. Awesome stuff. So in terms of labourers currently in circulation, let's have a look. We have got 3 labourers. All I can hear from those 3 labourers is the sounds of smashing pickaxes, so we'll get those to work in there, which is great. Excellent stuff. All of our stockpiles are going really well at the moment. Food's doing okay, firewood's doing fine, logs is in a really good spot. Iron could be better, but again, the guy's just trying to make as many tools as he can for the working populace, so iron's coming in and going out and coming in and going out. Just gotta wait for this place to get built. Sorry, do you really need both market and city halls to get nomads? Nomads would probably be a good idea, but the city hall is a bit out of my reach with regards to stone at the moment. It's a bit out there. In order to get nomads, I should really have a boarding house as well to deal with the surplus in population. But at the minute, you know, I'm limited to what I have, so I'm just gonna keep to what I know, which is just farming like an absolute bastard, or well, gathering, not really farming. Oh god, stretchy arms. Good gosh. Right then. Real question, is building for practicality or building for aesthetics? The constant conundrum in settlement builders, yeah. At the minute this is building for functionality. And I like to think that in its own way, building for functionality ends up becoming aesthetic in its own way, because you get quite a unique blueprint if you just try and fit stuff where it fits. Cool. So far, how are we doing? Are we having... It was better than last season. How are we doing for hide coats and stuff? Not fantastic, but not terrible either. Quite a lot of iron ore here, which is great. It's all just getting dumped out there on the side, which is perfect. The iron ore production is going to start ramping up soon. Again, hopefully we get enough iron ore for the guys to start making some more iron tools, because again, it's our trade commodity, the most important part of it. Again, wonder if any merchants are on the way. That is a no, but it's alright. Food is sort of stabilising around the 7,800 mark. This pasture is on its way to being completed, and then I'll move the chickens over to this one. This is just going to be like a holding pasture, and then we should be able to get like 20 odd chickens in there, I reckon, or about 18 chickens, and then that will really help ramp up production, and then I can build some more pastures in and around there. Okay, so let's make this a chicken pasture. 34. Holy shit. And then what we will do is empty this one to another pasture. The work is going to stop in this one. And then all of our chickens are going to go cluck, cluck, clucking over here, where we will get 34 chickens. Fantastic. And then our sort of chicken, like the rate at which the chickens sort of grow and everything like that, will start to massively amplify through the fact that we will have so many. In fact, some chickens were like, and some eggs were immediately laid there, which is fantastic. But yeah, the population will now start to grow, which is excellent news. Yeah, having a good supply of chickens is going to be very helpful for the food economy. The chickens flew the coop, that they did. Fantastic. Yeah, so far so good. Excellent. Oh, brilliant. Cool. So in terms of the log production of this place is now really starting to ramp up its production. I've ever played Foundation? No. I'm afraid I've played criminally few games on the internet. I'm sort of stuck in a bit of a rut, sort of currently. The things you don't have to provide grain for the chickens, that's true. They sort of they look after themselves just on the grass here. Again, that chicken is very close to the outside. Yeah, we're going to get a shitload of eggs in circulation with 34 chickens. Nice stuff. Very nice. Look at that, 72 eggs. Eggs used as food? I guess they are. Nobody seems to be picking them up. What are eggs used for?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody seems to be taking them to market or anything. Why aren't they using the eggs, I wonder? I guess we'll find out. Wind Clock there says, Morning Cube, just finished watching your second Divinity playthrough. Is there anywhere to watch the first playthrough with Where Army? I don't think so, Wind Clock. Where did you watch the second one? Jesus. I don't even know where you would watch that Divinity playthrough. Is that, I think, the unofficial YouTube channel that exists? Yeah, probably. What are eggs used for? Cube Farm, that's it. Nice. 13 chickens, yeah. The chicken population will really start to grow here, which is fantastic. Awesome. I think I'll eventually put cows in this pasture and then make a smaller pasture for chickens, but for the minute we're okay. I'm just wondering what they use the chickens for in this game. But I guess we'll find out. Okay, so we've been going for about 2 hours here. I also did about 45 minutes of Deep Rock beforehand, so I'm going to call that one there. Would you recommend this game? Yeah, yes. I mean, if you like the look of it, it's yeah, it's fun. It's good, and it's got a decent little modding scene, which is great. So I am going to call it there for the afternoon and go and get some lunch because my tumbling is a grumbling. I've like a mini pizza downstairs in the fridge, so I'm going to go and have that. So thanks very much for everybody tuning in today. 153 Minute Ninja, that's right. So thanks for tuning in. Eggs are just for food or trading. The value two per egg. That's cool. So yeah, I am going to bugger off with regards to today. I'll probably be on in the evening sometime, I think, unless there's something going on that I don't know about, but I'll be sure to let you know. Obviously, if you want to hang out with obviously myself and other people, there's Discord available, which if you just type the command ! Discord, you can join in. Plenty of weird and wonderful people in there. It's also where we host the Armour 3 sessions out of. So if you were interested in potentially playing some Armour 3 with myself, and a handful of other people in the Discord, as well as some people from outside the Discord, do feel free to get in touch with Catler through Discord, and he will give you all of the details you need in order to join. So that is it from myself today, or like I say, for this afternoon anyway. I'm going to go bugger off and do my own thing for a bit. So thank you very much everybody for dropping in and enjoying a bit of Banished. Thank you to everybody that turned up for Deep Rock a bit earlier, and we'll be sure to play some more games soon. In terms of games on the roster, I'm planning on starting my XCOM Long War run. That'll be XCOM 1 in the sort of next couple of weeks or so, so that should be nice and interesting. I'm trying to think what else. There's a little bit of Cold Waters on the menu. LA Noire is obviously on the cards as well. So yeah, that should be it from me for now, and I shall catch you all in the very near future. Now the real question, friends, if I just throw the save in here, is going to be who I pass you on to. So let's have a look at the current streamers. So Edberg is on and Caf is on. Do I have anybody else on at the moment? Not really. Not really. Who else is on? Could go and say hello to Edberg there. Although Edberg's got like 300, 400 viewers. Let's pass you on to Caf, because Caf's got 75, and I'm sure he'd appreciate the love from you folks. So Caf is playing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. 94 XCOM, yeah, that's it. So I'm going to pass you on to him. Do please send him my love. Let him know, obviously, that you know, he's a great guy and all. And I shall catch you all on the flip side. Take care of yourselves, folks, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.